to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford.
I hate when he don't come in there. Oh, he broadcast. He put it out there.
Here's Cade York to start the ball.
So yeah, I don't know who you want to make your X factor. It should be somebody with no abilities or a star. Don't make your superstar X factor. You hear me, Doc? Okay. But then I was saying just to think about it because he's gonna ask you when you join it, when you get in the group.
First and 10.
Okay.
Throwing to begin is Love. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast. And tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
I just ran past him.
At the 45. Down the sideline to the 20.
I just ran past the dude. Oh my God. I always give up easy touchdowns at the beginning.
70 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown. They strike first.
Now, the extra point.
Yeah, I can't change teams, though. Same team, same league. Make them better.
The kick is good. And the Packers will race out to a quick 7-0 edge. Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They'll return this from the 11. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Now, faking the give. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he's going to be very close to a first down. It's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
And that is incomplete.
I'm still gonna
The
run the
whole
ball.
idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
It's a pass option if you fuck up.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a Giants first down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop.
No, my God, he was so wide open.
Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
In this formation, I ain't got to do then. Might call a timeout.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
Cool. He's coming.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Open man, left side, he's got it.
That's a step.
A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Giants.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it?
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson.
Yeah, he got it. Had the shot.
And his offense is going to be all set up with
So
a
he's right on
short
time.
field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception.
Oh,
But boy,
okay.
is it beautiful when it does. I mean,
Got
look at the defenders just flip around.
So now
and
this
become
shit fresh,
blockers,
huh?
trying to
All
spring
this shit
their
is
guy
going.
to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Love. A pressure there got to him. As he threw it, and that pass falls in.
Good as it can.
They just rushed that decision just a little
Yeah,
bit
please.
downfield. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. He'll stay on the ground. Jacobs. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game.
No, I tried to get you.
The defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
Now, Jacobs. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. From the gun, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers will extend to a 10-0 lead. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Panay Wanwu now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to dial up another ball.
So they're implementing a cover 2 system, and what that means is on the back end, Mike, your 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. They got to cover from the middle of the field all the way to the sideline. So they got to have range, they got to have great instincts, and then when they get a chance to get their hands on the ball, they got to be picks.
And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
Once again, it's Jacobs. We'll get this to about midfield. Kayvon Thibodeau with the stop. 2nd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. Jacobs, 1st down and more.
They kill me,
the
Nickel.
speed on display. He's
Oh, my
in.
God.
Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. The extra point, up and good. And the Packers move further out in front. It is now 17-0.
And killing me
Game's
with Jacobs.
ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. Strong. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return.
And we've seen him take one back earlier in the year, and he just about added another one. He's proven to be someone to game plan against in the return game, and that was a heck of a run back.
Wow. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line. They get 24 on that one. That's good for a Giants first down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books. It's the Packers on top. More from MetLife Stadium after this. They'll look to throw. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, New York. It's his third touchdown on the year.
And it really just comes down to the protection. You're sitting there 3rd and goal. You have to give your quarterback the opportunity, Mike, to work through all of his progressions, and you need time to do it. Then it just comes down to making the right read. Touchdown.
The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now it's Tracy looking to run. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2 unsuccessful. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Second down throw for Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
Pretty clear coming into this game that this offense felt that they had a distinct advantage running the ball. It was a matchup that they thought all week went in their favor, and so far the results indicate that they were spot on.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And it turns out to be a very nice return as he's finally escorted out of bounds.
At their own 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Open man downfield. That's Neighbors. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Back to the air once more on 2nd.
Come on, I ain't even thought that late.
First half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by the... And now he loses the football.
And they did that.
The
Shit.
Packers have it.
Damn.
One of those exciting moments in a football
I
game.
should've
There is
did
a
a hook
turnover and
over
a
there.
fumble. And all of a sudden, the guys
That's
who
when
were
you
on
knew he was gonna
defense,
come over there.
they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back. But either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
Running is Jacobs.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
On 2nd down, Love. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
To throw is Love. A minute 56 to play in this first half.
Hey,
Come back
fumble.
to MetLife Stadium after this. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop.
They gave it to him.
Gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. That's time for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. We'll go play action with Love. In trouble, and down he goes.
In the field goal.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm gambling. I'm trying to get a turnover. Let's see if it works.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw is Love. And that is incomplete.
Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is That's the most important position on the team, and if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out,
6 seconds.
It could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now.
Always 21 points or something. I always give up. Usually 21 points, I'm down by halftime. Every game, dog.
This is fielded inside the 5.
Every game, he's killing me.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return.
Every game, you gotta fight. I gotta try and throw it deep to neighbors. And he's gonna be double covered. Let's see. Throw high and hopefully he'll get it. I'll jump these niggas.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, I was just about to hit that. Damn, he didn't give me that time.
Does not work out. Time is expired. The first half.
I think I would have caught it.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3.
I get the ball. And I make this 14. Got a shot.
Both teams ready to get back at it.
Got to throw the
As we
ball.
get back underway,
Can't run the ball.
Here on EA Sports.
Trying to use my
This
clock.
taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
Yeah. I'm trying to make I'm just trying to make sure you do a pass. That nigga is 3rd in the league in passing. I mean, killing him. You know, I got to run in line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Off balance throw.
Damn.
It's complete. And a big
Knew
strike
he can
for
keep up with
good
him.
yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
I had to get him again. That's he's playing man. He's not playing man.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To
He
the
kept.
sideline, and
He's
what
the
a
height,
catch,
my brother.
and what a great job to keep the feet alive.
Now we got money,
Inbounds
bro.
as good as you can do it. On the give, it's Tracy.
I seen him coming
And
through
he
the
is
hole. I said, I'm
stopped
in
his
trouble.
tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block.
Oh, what kind of pass is that? He's supposed to lead on. He's supposed to, he had him lead on. I guess his feet wasn't set.
Take over at their own 24-yard line.
Yeah.
When you find yourself in this
His feet
situation,
was set.
you're on defense. You're defending your own goal
I
line.
should threw that shit
You got
high.
to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did.
Now he
Takes a
gotta run the
chance,
ball.
bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive.
Oh, where the fuck he came to block me, son?
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run it straight ahead with
Oh my
Jacobs.
God.
And he'll have a first down as he gets this.
I don't know, no. I'm right there in the hole. I'm wilding
I
out.
think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at
They're
worst
trying to go
they
deep.
had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. On 2nd down, Jacobs.
God.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it This guy's been a handful all day.
Well, I can't get fumbles. I'm here to stick this nigga every time I can get a fumble.
Here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Love. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately,
they got the ball. Oh my gosh.
Does not change hands.
Had they been in a different part of the field, Mike, we're talking about that outcome very differently. He's very fortunate to be outside the numbers where that ball took a friendly bounce, and he's saved by it going out of bounds. Now it brings up 4th down. If they ultimately decide to keep the offense on the field,
are they doing the run
look
play?
back on that ball harmlessly going out of bounds is a big moment in this game.
And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he's going to have a Packers first
Oh my
down.
God. I forgot we could see that play. That's what he got.
This
Damn,
play should
Cook.
always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Love to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Here's Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he's into the end zone.
I'm done. This nigga killing me. I need to get another touchdown with 86 though, to get his development up. Fuck it. Another game lost. I lost 3 in a row. I suck right now. Suck, dog.
The
Suck.
extra point is up and through. And
Trying
the
to become a
Packers will
passer.
extend this 3rd quarter lead.
I'm not a passer, but I'm trying to become one. And it is not
Teams
working.
ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And they'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
A little bit better.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Pass pulled in by Tracy.
Oh,
He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
So we are through.
3rd quarter of play with the score.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, here's Tracy.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, Giants.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive?
Come on,
Do you
what
try to
kind of
just keep the
shit?
ball
He got
from being
bumped
thrown over
into?
your head
Oh
and
my
make everything
God,
get tackled
that
and
was
played
bad.
in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now they'll set up to throw. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting into this game and winning this one,
I can't
he's
open,
going to have
dude.
to get a lot better with the ball. So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route with great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. A handoff running left. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down.
Why is nobody out there?
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he will have the 1st down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off with 1st and goal.
He's running that clock.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. Now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's got another one. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon.
Right now, let me see if I can get this through the touchdown. Oh my gosh. Oh, you put Group Me on your phone, dog?
And we're back to it.
Group Me.
Kicks away.
Back on your phone. I'm
On
gonna send you
the
an invite in a
return,
minute.
here comes Wanwu. Yeah. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry it into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now third and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. They'll go with a counter on first down. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on second down, Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
On third down, they go with Jacobs.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They'll wind up getting 7 on 4th and 3. Running is Jacobs. Finds room inside the 40. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Once again, it's Jacobs. And just a short pickup there to the 35. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Damn, I didn't get it to
So
them.
it's a
Oh
win
well.
here for the visiting Packers. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long.